Do you know what I love about her, Jonathan? She's such a terrific liar.
Another new series for BBC One next. The creators of Birds of a Feather and Goodnight Sweetheart have a sharp poke at 90s life and loves in Unfinished Business.
Can a man cheat time itself?
It would tax anyone's ingenuity to cross the Atlantic twice between the time everyone else had gone to bed and the time they got up.
Well, no, of course he's been here all week. What a strange question.
Why are they doing this to me?
Suppose Norman Stangerson was planning to kill his wife. It'd be one hell of an alibi.
Unless, of course, he somehow managed to defy the laws of time.
Jonathan Creek, Up Against the Clock, next Saturday.
What time?
9 o'clock too early?
Not for me.
On BBC One.
He said to me, I'll show you what an awkward neighbour can be like.
The battle lines are drawn.
We could end up with thousands of pounds worth of solicitors' costs trying to defend a 16-foot strip of land.
And neither side is giving ground. Neighbours at War, Monday 9:30 on BBC One.
We had literally to break a court order to go and feed the rabbit.
BBC Two's catching up with the grubby underworld of drug dealing, but who's catching up with Robert Carlyle? Part 2 of Looking After Jojo in just over 5 minutes. On BBC One now, the problem with the past is it's always rearing its ugly head. The ups and downs of everyday adulthood with Harriet Walter and our new comedy, Unfinished Business.
Amy. I mean, why do we think everything will be all right if we find a man?
When you say we, you mean
I've
you.
got a good job, my own home, virtually no cellulite. I don't need a man.
So?
It's not as if I'm naive. I mean, if I'm doing the crossword and the clue is lousy, double-dealing, unreliable bastard, M blank N.
So what is it you're looking for?
I don't know. Isn't that why I come to see you?
Is it, Amy?
You mean you don't know either? 40 quid a session, and neither of us knows what I'm doing here.
I take it last night's blind date wasn't a great success.
You could say that. Of all the movies he could have taken me to. I mean, if I want to see Woman on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown, I can look in the mirror. And then he came back to my place, and surprise, surprise, the subject of sex came up. Well, actually, I raised it. He said he didn't believe in doing it on the first date. But if we saw one another a couple more times, and if he saw that I shared his fascination with collecting beer mats, then we could go and have HIV tests. In short, a truly spontaneous guy.
Have you ever asked yourself why you attract this sort of man?
I don't know, Ruth. Maybe I worded the small ad wrong. Maybe desperate, screwed-up divorcee seeks Donald Pleasant's look-alike for a truly crap experience gives the wrong impression.
Amy, I
mean, you read about women who go out, they have too much to drink, they wake up in a pool of sweat next to a big, hairy, snoring stranger. The only time that happened to me, it was next door's Irish wolfhound. Mind you, it was the best sex I've had since I was 4. I'm thinking of having a dog flap put in you.
Amy, if you don't take yourself seriously, why should anybody else?
I was only joking.
Why? Do you think your life is a joke?
I'm 45 next birthday and I'm so bloody lonely.
Fine, you take Johnny Depp and I'll have Al Pacino. Okay, I'll meet you in the foyer at, what time does it start? 8:40. 8:45, so meet in the foyer at 8:30? Great, bye.
So who's minding the shop?
Me, I was watching the monitor.
You never saw me, I was waving.
There is nothing wrong with my eyes. They're just a bit out of sync on account of half a dozen tequila slammers last night.
Don't be so bloody vain. Come on, read that.
VRZPHE.
Nearly had me fooled.
LMNJ.
I haven't changed it yet.
Unfair.
What's the bottom line?
The bottom line is a 29-year-old wild child like myself can't afford to go all specky.
How long since you had a proper eye test?
Okay.
Come on, read it.
V L K.
Not even close.
Look, just because Ruth makes you miserable, don't take it out on me.
She doesn't make me miserable. She's helping me come to terms with the realities of my life.
There's a difference. Listen, for the money you waste on that woman, oh God, you could have a new car or a total makeover. You could have a fantastic holiday. You could go to Hawaii. You could even afford to take me with you.
Why would I want to do that?
Because I could show you how to really enjoy yourself. Ow!
Just as clear or better without?
I feel like a dork.
Sharper or no different?
I can't wear glasses. My whole image...
Wear contact lenses then, like me. You can have a different colour for every day of the week.
No, I'm a bit squeamish about putting things in my eyes.
You put lenses in other people's eyes.
Yeah, but I close my eyes while I'm doing it.
Just as clear or better without?
Oh, no. That's fantastic. I can see everything clearly. And if you don't mind my saying so, you're getting a bit of a double chin there, Amy.
All right. You want to go through your life half blind?
You do.
What?
Your whole life's a series of missing manhole covers. You're an emotional Mr. Magoo.
That's different.
Yeah.
Well, I may have been unlucky in love, but at least I've been in love.
With Spike, and he dumped you.
Oh, thanks for reminding me.
You see? What is love anyway? Just deferred pain.
Very poetic.
I like men, they have their uses, but you're so hung up.
I know, I'd far rather be shallow like you.
Okay. You want to waste your last few precious pre-menopausal years mourning what might have been.
I've been hurt. It takes time to recover.
Amy, time is one thing you haven't got.
You're really helping me overcome my feelings of depression here.
Look, why didn't you come to the gym with me? There is a gorgeous new trainer, and the rumour is he may be heterosexual.
Sorry, my foot slipped. It's not my car.
Spike?
Amy.
Just don't say fancy running into you, okay?
Well, how about, of all the cars in all of North London, I had to drive into yours?
I can't believe this is happening. I thought all this was behind me.
I was behind you.
What happened to your beard?
Delphine didn't like it.
Couldn't stand the competition.
I think your car thinks it's time to go.
Shit! Oh, shit!
I'm willing to stand up in court and swear that that bin was not looking where it was going. I may have a ruptured spleen. Hey, where is the spleen, actually?
What the hell are you doing in Crouch End? Shouldn't you be in Paris with your second wife?
I'm en route.
Can't resist throwing in the odd French phrase, can you?
I'm on my way to Luton. We've been asked to bid to design a new all-seater football stadium.
The sort of crowds Luton gets, wouldn't a new three-piece suite be big enough?
When did you start getting into football?
When you ran off to Paris with your silicone-enhanced personal assistant. And I had to start taking your heartbroken 10-year-old son to the Spurs. And Crouch End is not en route to Luton.
Well, I thought I'd go past the cemetery on the way and see how her mum is.
Expect you'll find she's still dead. Let's get these cars sorted out. I've got my insurance here and we're Scottish widows. Wishful thinking, I suppose.
Didn't know you wanted to be Scottish.
Have you got your insurance?
No, not on me. Like I said, it's not my car. It belongs to Roland.
Who?
Roland. A friend of mine in Paris. But I expect he's insured for me to drive.
You expect? You wreck my car and you expect you're insured?
All right, look, I'll call him, check it out, and then I'll phone you. What's your phone number?
No way.
What?
I don't want you to have it, okay?
Well, why not?
Because you are no longer part of my life. You don't need to know where I live. You don't need to know my phone number, my fax number, my email address. You don't have to have anything to do with it.
Won't it start?
Just leave your head there a second.
I hope you're a member of Europaciste.
No, I'm not. People with apartments on the Place de la Concorde may join Europaciste. But we Eurosceptics prefer the good old RAC.
Well, you better phone them then.
Don't tell me what to do.
What are you looking for?
I don't bloody know, do I?
Want me to give you a jump?
No, I would not.
Tow rope?
If I had a tow rope, you'd be dangling off the end of it. You'll have to take me home. But don't think you're coming in.
No, of course not. Whatever you say. If you like, I could drive blindfold.
Mais non, non, c'est l'accrochage. Oui, le capot, c'est capot, hein. Oui. Non, non, c'est ma femme. Non, mon ex. Oui. Oui. C'est ça, oui. Le quoi? Au Kilburn. Oui. Non, c'est tout près du Crouch. Non. CR, Crouch End. Oui. CR Ouch End. Oui. Oui, c'est ça. Eh bien, merci mille fois. Non, je vous en prie. Hein. Non, c'est moi qui... Bon, bonsoir. Eh bien. Okay, that's all done. They're going to take the car to the garage.
Fine. Bye.
You're throwing me out?
Correct.
Oh, so you don't want to know which garage?
What do you want, Spike?
I want a cup of tea. Still can't get a decent cup of tea in Paris.
Oh, my heart bleeds for you.
Nice little place.
Oh, thank you.
Ah, it's good to see you after all these years. See what I've been paying for.
What?
Well, you can't deny that I was generous and prompt with my maintenance checks.
Generous? It's half the size of our old house. Our so-called marital home.
Well, Crouch End's dearer than Oxfordshire, isn't it? You've got to pay a premium for the litter and the dog shit.
So you don't get poo-poo de poodle in the 16th arrondissement.
Ah, touché. Just a thought, you could have a lot more space if you just knocked this through. Then you could recess this cooker into the chimney breast.
Yeah, well, unlike your second wife, I'm not interested in breast enhancement. Don't you take sugar anymore?
I never took sugar.
Oh, no, you never did you?
Hey, what is this? You really hate me, or it's just an act?
I'm not that good an actress.
Now this is from St. Ives, isn't it? Yes, I remember this. That little pottery run by that, refugee from an advertising agency who pretended he was a Cornishman born and bred, except he was wearing Gucci loafers.
That's a replacement. The other one got broken.
Oh, really? Oh.
I threw it at you.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I never did get those old grey stains out of my polo shirt. Ooh. May I? How's Toby?
Is that okay?
I was hoping he'd come visit me in Paris.
Don't hold your breath.
She hadn't poisoned him against me.
What? I didn't have to. You abandoned him.
Well, it wasn't my intention.
No, the kids were just innocent bystanders when you ran off to Paris with your unnaturally busty shorthand typist.
Anyone can make a mistake.
Excuse me? What was the mistake? Leaving me? Marrying me in the first place? Or was it Delphine's mistake, running off with you when she could have had such a fulfilling career in adult movies?
Look, Amy, it was the 1980s.
Yeah. September the 17th, 1987, 3:30 in the morning. Not that it's indelibly printed on my mind or anything.
What I mean is that they were heady times. Everyone went a little bit mad. The clothes, the cars, the cocktails.
Yeah, we often had the PTA meetings at Stringfellows.
You were in the country. I was at the flat in town.
I remember how bored and lonely you were, poor thing.
But what I'm trying to say is that maybe I'm not proud of how I acted.
Maybe.
Well, all right. I'm not.
Congratulations. It's only taken you 10 years to admit it. I just wish your daughter hadn't taken after you.
Sorry?
Forget it.
Well, what's wrong? Last time I saw Rachel, she was fine.
Oh, when was that?
Last month I had to go to Cambridge to a conference. I stayed at their new place. Have you been there?
No, I haven't.
It's a lovely little conversion. 19th century farm buildings. Very vernacular.
Yeah, used to be pigsties. Can't get more vernacular than that. Did Rachel say anything?
Well, she talked all about her new job and about her new boyfriend, Tam, when he wasn't there. She's besotted with him. Have you met him?
Yeah, we've met. Don't you think he's a little old for her?
Well, not really. Rachel's what, 23? He can't be more than 30.
He's 37.
Really? He's in good nick.
He works out.
He's a mathematician.
That isn't remotely funny.
Sorry. What's wrong? I mean, what's wrong with him?
What do you mean?
You just seem really hostile.
Of course I'm not. I just don't think he's right for her, that's all.
Hey, hold on. I bet you fancied him too, didn't you?
Fancied it. He was my lover.
Are you serious?
We were living together here until a year ago, and then I found out he was screwing my daughter.
A big Woody Allen fan, is he?
And he wanted to knock the sodding chimney breast. Oh, sodding answering machine. Ruth, it's Amy. I want to talk. Oh, forget it.
Who are you calling?
None of your business. Just clear off.
I can't leave while you're crying.
You managed last time.
So, Tam was really your lover, eh?
Yes. And if you say, wasn't he a bit young for me, I'll brain you. Why is it okay for a man to screw a younger woman, but if a woman gets involved with a younger man...
I didn't say anything.
The worst of it is thinking of them sitting in bed talking about me and laughing about me.
I'm sure they don't do that. What will Rachel say?
Oh, you don't think we're talking, do you? Look, I've got to go to the shops, you've got to go to the cemetery.
Oh, no hurry, I'm sure Mum's not going anywhere. Look, I was going to get something to eat.
Oh, funnily enough, I'm not terribly hungry.
Well, a drink then. She is our daughter. We ought to try and sort this out together. Come on. You've got to talk to someone. Your shrink's not in.
How do you know?
Oh, it's just a lucky guess. Don't you like calamari?
I'm not hungry, thanks.
Oh.
Usually I love them. I pretend it's your dick all sliced up and coated. And then I squeeze loads of lemon juice on it so it really stings.
If only more women had your broad-minded attitude of sadomasochism.
Yeah, I'm sure Delphine...
Amy, just please give it a rest.
What really gets me is the betrayal. I mean, all my life I've been betrayed, but you never get used to it. My father had more mistresses than Cheltenham Ladies' College. You slunk off with Delphine, now Rachel.
And you didn't suspect anything?
What? Like when Tam started reading my 22-year-old daughter bedtime stories in the bath? Oh, I never guessed.
No, I was just wondering if you drifted apart anyway. I mean, you know how it is. After the first few sweaty months, you keep meaning to make love, but it clashes with Newsnight.
Oh, that's no excuse. Everything was fine till the little cow came back from university.
Excuse me, little cow, your daughter? Hmm. So then things changed?
She went off to university a shy, gawky teenager with glasses, frizzy hair and braces. She came back looking like a game show hostess. I should never have let you pay for all that orthodontal work.
What do you mean, let me? You forced me. You sent me a solicitor's letter. So, what happened then?
Tam started withdrawing.
Oh, is that wise? Rhythm method isn't all that safe. Sorry. I didn't mean to be flippant, it was just a nervous reaction. Am I bleeding?
No, unfortunately.
So, that's when you think they were starting to get involved, huh? Well, at least he wasn't sleeping with you both simultaneously.
What's that? Your definition of a perfect gentleman?
You know what I mean.
If only they'd have the decency to tell me.
Well, maybe they tried. Well, maybe they couldn't find a way. Actually, come to think of it, Rachel didn't look so great. You know, she's probably not sleeping properly, worrying about how you feel.
You bastard!
What?
You knew.
What?
Rachel must have told you everything.
Look, she didn't want to hurt you. It just happened. They both tried to fight it.
Well, they didn't bloody try hard enough. So that's why you ran into me in the car wash. Bugger me. Talk about slow on the uptake. Do you know something? I hate you.
Well, it doesn't matter what you feel about me. What matters is getting you and Rachel talking.
And what I really hate is you can't see she's done anything wrong because you did the same bloody thing.
Oh, no, that was different.
How was it different?
For a start, you weren't sleeping with Delphine. Besides, you said you and Tam were happy until you found out. Hmm?
Yeah?
Well, you and I weren't happy, were we? We were miserable. At least I was. Couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep at night.
Of course you couldn't sleep. You were too busy screwing your bloody frog secretary. Look, I don't need all this. If I needed reminding of what a duplicitous bastard you were, I'd have videoed the divorce hearing. And on top of that, I lose my no-claims bonus.
You mean it's not protected?
What?
Well, you pay a little extra and you're allowed 2 accidents in 3 years.
No, I don't have that. Anyway, 2 in 3 years wouldn't do me any good. In the last 12 months, I've been scraped by a milk float. I've had 2 tyres slashed by vandals. I've had my car nearly turned into a convertible by a rogue car park barrier.
Well, that's 20 minutes spent successfully avoiding talking about what really matters.
I know. Soon I'll be able to avoid the issue for a whole session.
And what is the issue?
The utter pointlessness of existence.
What is it about you that invites those close to you to inflict such pain? Your husband left you? Your lover went off with your daughter?
Men don't need a reason to inflict pain. It's what they do.
Rachel's not a man. Why do you think she did what she did?
I don't know. I don't know how I can ever forgive her.
Maybe you can't. Forgiveness is something you have to arrive at in your own time. First, you have to experience the anger and despair.
I'm doing fine on that score. He's got such a nerve.
Tam?
Spike! Does he really think he can turn up out of the blue and play the peacemaker?
Now you're avoiding again.
Ruth, I thought your job was to make me feel better.
No, Amy, that's your job.
I just want to be happy.
Were you happy with Tam?
Of course. At first.
Really happy? Did you love him?
Oh, that's not fair.
Isn't it, Amy? And what about Spike? Did you love Spike?
Hiya.
Hi.
What are you wearing those for?
Don't do that. I want to see how people react.
Men? You mean men?
Okay, I want to see how men react to me when I look old and past it.
Do you mind? I sometimes wear specs.
And your point is? Want a drink?
Yeah, I'll have a beer. With a glass, if that won't get me thrown out as an old fogey.
I'll just tell them you're my mother.
What? I got a boyfriend you want to nick?
Ooh, we're not all like Rachel.
Thank you.
There you go.
No, I'm seriously thinking of burying the hatchet with Rachel.
Back of the Skull's the ideal place. That's what did for Trotsky.
Please, she's still my daughter.
Yeah, tough call.
Oh, I really think I've got to sort things out with her.
Radioactive isotopes do better than you.
What?
Well, at least they've got half a life. You put as much effort into pleasing yourself as you do into beating yourself up.
I know.
I mean, even when you and Tam were an item, you weren't all that happy. You were always so bleeding anxious he was going to sod off.
I was right, wasn't I?
Yeah, but that wasn't your fault. Look, I know Rachel's your daughter, but she stole your bloke. If you go crawling round there, I don't see how you can hang on to any self-respect, do you?
You're right, of course.
So, promise me you'll wait until she does the decent thing and comes to you on her knees and begs for forgiveness.
I promise. What, you've been doing a little light shoplifting?
Now, what do you think of these? These are exactly the same ones as Scary Spice wears.
Thinking of having a stud on the end of your tongue?
Been there, done that.
Hello, Mummy.
But what makes you suddenly think I want to have children?
Just something your father said. And I suppose you know that in the fullness of time...
Well, if the only reason you're here is for the sake of your as-yet unborn grandchildren, you may have had a wasted journey.
You're only 23.
Well, I know my mind.
You don't need to tell me that. Have you got an ashtray?
Not really.
What does not really mean? What does Tam use?
He gave up. He said that living in the country doesn't seem to feel the same pressure.
Oh, yeah.
Look, before I can even think about children, I've got to make my mark at work. I was up against 75 other graduates for this position.
Whereas the last position you went for, you were only up against your mother's lover.
How many times do you want me to apologise?
I haven't even started counting yet.
We didn't plan it. We fought against it. Why do you think Tam took up marathon running?
In case I bought a gun.
Trying to sublimate his passion.
Instead of which he pulled a hamstring and took to his bed with you.
All I'm saying is, well, it happened. We didn't do it to spite you. We are sorry. And I'm really glad you came at last.
Where have I heard that phrase before? Oh, yes. Chandler used to say it in a relieved tone of voice.
Mummy, I'm your daughter.
You're also the other woman, and I'm jealous as hell. Do you really love him?
Yes.
That's something. Where is he, anyway?
He went out for a long run.
How long?
How long are you staying?
He's not frightened of me, is he? I won't eat him.
No matter how many times he begged you to.
Rachel, I'm your mother.
You're also the other woman. Oh, God, do you want a real drink?
Yes, please. I'm driving, but I'll risk a weak spritzer.
Here's to Daddy.
Talking of weak spritzers.
You wouldn't be here if he hadn't rammed you.
Okay, to Spike, the bastard.
So how was he?
Same as usual. Charming and maddening in equal proportions, with a dash of I'm clever and debonair and don't I know it.
He didn't seem too down about things.
Such as?
Well, splitting up with Delphine, of course.
They've split up?
He didn't say anything.
What happened?
Oh, I shouldn't have said. You really ought to get it from the horse's mouth.
You're right, but I don't know Delphine. Well, give me the gory details you owe me. Come on, tell me.
Well, he came home early from a business trip.
No, don't tell me. She was in bed with a younger man.
Something like that.
I bet he didn't know she had it in her. So who was it then? The guy, the telescope, a plastic surgeon.
Mummy, Daddy was devastated.
Was he? Bloody good for him. Now he knows how I felt. Ha! Brilliant. The French staff left him for a younger man. Yes, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, God. Oh, that's the closest I've come to an orgasm all year.
Do you realise that is the third time you've assaulted me this week?
Well, there've been a lot of break-ins around here. I did a self-defence course.
Yeah, I noticed.
I'm sorry. You shouldn't have given me such a fright. What were you doing, peering through my letterbox?
I was not.
I said peering.
Trying to put a note through. You wouldn't give me your phone number.
So where is it?
What?
This note.
Oh, it's probably still on the doormat.
There's nothing on the doormat. I looked.
Oh, it's probably in the rubbish where you dumped me. Does it matter?
What's it say, this note?
Oh, well...
There is no note, is there? You were lurking.
Lurking?
No, not lurking, stalking. That's right, you're stalking me.
I haven't seen you for 10 years. How can I be stalking?
Well, consider the evidence. First the car wash, then my own front garden. And, of course, if I ever find that note...
Listen, Amy, I just wanted to say I hope everything went well with Rachel.
Well, we didn't come to blows, if that's what you're worried about.
And to let you know that it was good running into you.
Good? It's going to cost £700 to fix the car.
And if you're ever in Paris, maybe we should meet for a drink. You know, for old time's sake.
End of message?
Yeah, I suppose so.
You could have put all that on a postcard, even with big handwriting.
I just wanted to pop by on the off chance.
The off chance of what?
Well, it's just a figure of speech.
On the off chance of seeing me?
Yeah. I suppose that is what I mean, yeah.
Well, why would you want to see me, your faded, forgotten former flame? That's quite good.
You're not faded. Well, maybe around the edges, but don't you hit me again.
Shouldn't you be hurrying to get the next Eurostar back to Gay Paris and the pneumatic Delphine?
Ah, she's very relaxed by the time I get home.
Yeah, that's the impression I got.
Shit. Rachel told you?
Well, you didn't tell her not to tell me.
Yeah, I know.
Which means you were intending to tell me.
I suppose so.
So why didn't you tell me?
I don't know.
I do. Abject moral cowardice. You were afraid to tell me when you started shafting Delphine. Now you're afraid to tell me now she's shafted you.
I'm not afraid. I just didn't see it was any of your business. And why should I give you the opportunity to crow?
Too late, mate. I've crowed already. I've crowed so much I've all crowed out.
And besides, I thought that if I did tell you, you'd think I was trying to play on your sympathy and worm my way back into your affections.
Set your mind at rest, Spike. That thought did not would not and never will cross my mind. Not in a million years. Where you are concerned, I have no sympathy. I have no affections. You know where the front door is, don't you? Night-night.
We've already said.
A little more unfinished business next Saturday night on BBC One, slightly earlier at 10 to 10.
Since you gotta go, oh, you better go now. Go now, go now, go now. Before you see me cry. I don't want you to tell me
Salesman.
I hope that I'm not just selling my body. I hope that I'm selling my personality.
Psychologist.
You have to be an understanding and caring person, and you have to be a very good listener.
Teacher.
Hopefully he leaves me happy, and I'm feeling happy too.
Prostitute.
The way I feel.
The replay, a week on Tuesday.
Now, reports tonight suggest Alan Ball will be the new manager of Portsmouth. Rock singer Brian Howe, part of the consortium bidding to buy the First Division club, says Ball has agreed to return to Fratton Park. He was Pompey manager between 84 and 89, winning promotion to the old First Division, but said he was finished with football after parting company with Manchester City nearly 18 months ago. Right, we're back on Monday evening with that night's tie between